right? So once you identify your structure on higher time frame, you come to 15 minutes, you draw your trend line, first touch, second touch, and wait for the breakout. You can see this one, this trend line basically is first to second to third touch before it now broke out eventually. And it broke out, it came out and went up to around this area. Now, if you are considering line as your trend line, you will not take this trade because why? This thing did not touch a line. That's why I always emphasize that these things are zones. They are not line. They are zones. Now, if you are using another trend line, now this is another one first touch. This is another one second touch. So all you just need to do is for this market, this one that is going up, you want it to reject. So if I go directly to continue, if I play this now, sorry for that. I'll go back to my 15 minutes. Okay, so if I play this, sorry, let me. Alright, if I play this, you want to see, yes. Now you can see that first touch, second touch, this third touch rejected it. Now, how will you take your trade? Is as simple as that. We actually take a trade with, you can use pendy order, you can use your sell stop, and you can take it instantly. And how will you take it? You are going to put your sell stop below the previous low. I mean the low that was done before the market was going back to go and test the trend line. So you are going to take your trade that way. I'm going to take my shorts, like your sell stop here, or you take it instantly, and your stop loss is going to be above the high that came before the market start coming down. And what will be your risk to reward? I always like my risk to reward to be a minimum of 1 to 3 risk to reward. That's how I like my trade, 1 to 3 risk to reward. So I'm going to extend this to 1 to 3 risk to reward. You can see here, let me make it to 50 and so 50, I believe. So it's 25 to 75 pips. And move this and target one. Yes, you can see 1 to 3. Can you guys use risk to reward? 1 risk to reward 3. So this one is 1. You can see 3 of this in this. So you can easily set that, and you wait for your market. Now for someone that wants to take this retracement for this first trend line, you can use this trend line, you can use this trend line. Just make sure there are 2 touches. Now if you are using this first trend line, your entry is going to be below this here. That's where your entry is. It almost lie exactly the same point at this, and your stop loss will be above this structure here. So let's see how the stop play out, goes out or in. All right, so you have been in this trade for, let me see, this is 14th of July to 15th of July, close to a day. All right, and it's our take profits. So it's as simple as that. Consider the strategy is very, very simple and direct. Identify your formation on the higher time frame, come to your lower time frame, draw your trend line, wait for it to break, let it retest the trend line, then put your sell stop or your buy stop, and you wait for the trade to go in your direction. All right. Let me share that of buy formation. That will be double bottom. Okay, let's use this scenario, this example here. So you will have put your zone, your box around this area, and you wait for the market to come back. And you can see how it rejects. So if I'm replaying this, I will have draw my trend like this one, go to my 15-minute time frame. to wait for the to put my trend line. Now, please bear this in mind. Make sure your trend line is very, very clean. An area that is very, very clean. Now, if I place my trend line this way, all I'll be waiting for is this market to break out of that trend line. Yes, the market broke out of this trend line, but I'm not very, very satisfied with this formation. But someone can take this too, all right? Someone can take this too, but it's very, very rare. But if you are taking this, you can, as I said, this will be buy stop. You'll be taking buy stop now. Stop loss will be below the formation here. You target your 1 to 3. Okay. Okay, this one almost hits your 1 to 3. Close to 1 2. Okay, almost get your 1 to 3. Yes, it hits your take profit. You can see that it's as simple as that. You see that. So it broke out. You wait for the market to break out. You put your buy stop or your sell stop, put your stop loss below the formation that is coming from, and you target your 1 3. So it's as simple as this. You can see how I took the trade as early as possible. If you are risking 5% of your account, you just make 15% of the same account. So I don't know. I believe many people are disappointed because they're expecting one big, maybe bogus strategy that will break their head or something. I like when my strategy are very, very simple. I don't stress myself. It's very, very easy that way. And I like it when it's very, very direct and concise, not something that will give you headache or something else. So let me look for another setup. Then I'm going to give. I believe none of you is even having question because none of you have showed any sign that you want to have question. So I believe you guys are getting it. So this is another scenario here of a double top, and I put a box this way. All right, and 15 minutes. Let me try and cancel this one, please. Now, if I see this stuff now, I'll go back to my 15 minutes and see the reaction. I'm going to put my trend line, make it very clean. I don't need to stress myself. Can make it this clean, can make it, once it touched 2 points, you are not concerned. Anyhow, you can draw your trend line. Just make sure there are 2 touches. For this trend line, these are the touches. First touch, second touch. For this one, first touch, second touch. Make sure you touch 2 places. That's the only time you can be certain that your trend line is respected. Now look at this. This one broke the structure, but did this trend line rejected it? No, it did not. So you have to, yeah. Now look at this great scenario here. For this first trend line now, you can take a trade. Why? Because this market went down, it went up and it rejected, this line rejected. So you can just decide to take a trade exactly this way. Short position, you can take your trade this way, and your stop loss will be above this formation here, this line, this single candle that was rejected by this trend line. And you target your 1 to 3, right? 1 to 3. And you be patient to see. Now the other guy with this trend line, we will be waiting for a clear breakout and reject. But for this person that is using this trend line, will have taken a trade. So let's see who is right among them both. Let's see. Okay, all right. This guy too will have taken a trade here around this area. So he will have put his buy stop here and his target to be above this formation. But for me, I would prefer somewhere around here. All right, so I'll extend it this way and target my 1 to 3 raise to reward for this guy. Right, 1 3 1 3. Yes. And I will extend the box because I believe this one will not be done in a day. And for this other guy, this first guy, too, I'm going to extend this box too. So around there. Now all we'll be waiting for is for it to play out. see what will happen eventually. Right, sorry for that. So we see how it play out. Both of them are in profit already and they are going in their way. The first guy is close to his 1 to 3 risk to reward. This is the first guy here. Now to see what will happen. All right. Yes. First guy already hit his take profits. I believe his take profit have already been smashed. The other guy is currently at 1 to 1. Please, I don't know. I'm getting feedback too much. What's going on? Please, can you all mute your mic? Please, can you all mute your mic? Emmanuel Oluwatobi, we are getting feedback from you, please. Emmanuel Oluwatobi, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Okay, so the other guy is having drawdown already. He's going against him to see what will happen. Okay, eventually it's coming down, back down. Let's see, maybe it will hit his take profits. Do you know with this you can even pick more trades with this simple stuff that you just see. You can add to your position. Look at what happened here. It broke out, and this market breakout, we check back up. You can even add more position this way. It's risky, but for this type of trade, I will still target the initial take profit here and see what will happen. All right. You can see the profit smashed and stuff. They hit the profit. Sorry, who is that? Emmanuel Oluwatobi. This guy is okay, I'm sorry for that. Okay, so you can see the 3 of the trades, they hit take profits. Understanding how the market works. Now, does this strategy works all the time? No. It doesn't work all the time, but I'm pretty sure that this strategy works at least 70% of the time. And when you are right 70% of the time with your proper risk to reward of 1 to 3 risk to reward, I don't see the reason why you will blow your account. I don't see the reason why you will not be profitable in your trading, only if you do not know what you are doing. All right. So this strategy is very, very direct, concise, and very, very accurate. All you just need to do is use your 4 hours to identify your what's it called now? Your double top and stuff, and strike on lower time frame. Now look at another scenario of this double top here. Now if you are like this, see here, you can see the scenario. Now let me pick from this first area. Let me cancel this. Let me pick from this first area so that you can see, you can avoid unnecessary trades. Let me pick from here. Yes. And let's go on 15 minutes. Okay, all right. Now let's pick our trend line. Now let's say for this first scenario, now you pick your trend line. You can see that this second top is getting close to this. You can pick your trend line this way and extend it to the future. Now look at how this is right now. This is your first touch, second touch. You can even extend this trend line to somewhere around here to make it very, very, very clear. You can see, you can even say this is the first touch, and you take this area as the second touch. And what happened if this is the third touch that you're anticipating? And I already tell you guys, you're going to put your sell stop below the first move before the market goes up. When the market is going up and where the market is coming down, those are the 2 areas you need for your sell stop or buy stop and your stop loss. Now, if you have set your sell stop around here, and your stop loss will be above this formation here, right? All you just be waiting for this market to trigger us. Let's wait. Let's see, maybe this market will trigger us. Now, this another clear area again to put your trend line. Very clear scenario to put your trend line again. This is another clear scenario which you want the market to break out and retest, not breaking it in again, but retest. Now, all this stuff, they are, you can pick trend line any way you want. Trend line can be seen by different people in different way. This is another trend line. As far as you obey the rule, first touch, second touch. But please don't pick obvious trend line. Don't pick trend line like this. Like this. This is not a trend line. Don't pick trend line like this. Those are not trend line. Trend line must look presentable. You too, you will know that this is good or not. Now for this first trend line, we've already set a sell stop for it. Let me try and 590. Let's just say 60 pips. Is it? This thing is huge. And 60 profit level 180 pips. Right? For the 1 to 3. That way. And for this second one, we want this market as it break out, we want it to come back to retest this area, then come down. We'll have set our sell stop, but nothing yet. We've not seen any evidence. And for this one, we want it to break out, retest this, and continue. So we'll see what will happen. Okay, I think it's going up, but if now retest it, I can just ignore it. Let me see. This one did not reject it. It broke inside again. So we want to see reactions, other reactions. Okay, I think it's going up for our first trend line, which is this. Let me see how it goes. Yeah, I can decide to take this trade. Let me see. Yes, I can decide to take this trade here for this sake, since it is a zone. So I can put a sell stop here too, the same way, and I'll put my stop loss above here. All right, and target down another trade. And we'll see how it goes. I target my 1-3. Maybe let me make this 50 pips. And my 1-3 is going to be 150 pips. And let's see how if it's active profit or not. Now, a forex trader must be patient too. You must be very, very patient. If you are not patient, you might lose a lot of opportunity and you might take the wrong setup. As this trade is forming this, I will laugh. If I'm on this trade, if I'm still on this trade, if I've not closed this trade, I will have break even. All right, I will have put my stop loss below my entry in case this trade is going against me. That's if I'm still on this trade, I will have break even. Let me see. Okay, the first trade, it take profit already. Has it? Is it? No, not yet. This trade is really playing with our emotions. So I will have come out of this trade service. It's not playing well, but it almost got to this first trade. Okay, eventually it hit our take profit for this one. This one hit our take profits. Don't forget I will have break even. So I'm not in loss, even if it's going against me, which it did not. But eventually it hit for this first trade setup, it hit the take profit. We are left with this second one now, if it will hit take profit or not. Don't forget I'll break even for this too. All we're waiting for is to see what will happen. See. Let me see. Why I'm still holding this trade for a long time is that even if it go against me, I can't lose again because I already break even. I believe many of you understand what I mean by break even. So this thing is taking forever. Let me just go on higher time frame so that it will be fast. Against us or for us. All right. Okay, eventually after close to 3 days, it's hit our take profits. But I believe many of you will not be patient for that. So you can see it's as simple as that and it's very, very direct. There's no two way about this stuff. The strategy is very, very simple. Only if you want to make it complicated, that's when it's going to be hard for you. So look for your formation on H4 time frame, execute on lower time frame and take what's it called? Execute on lower time frame and take your trade. You can see these are double top. If you go on lower time frame, it's very, very direct. The same thing, double top, they are almost everywhere. Double bottom, almost everywhere. So the same approach, double bottom here too. You take it the same approach. There's no two way about it. If you are taking this, just zoom in, highlight it with your box this way. Go to your lower time frame and take your trade instantly. There's no is one of the most simplest strategy and is very, very profitable. Many people will not speak about it because they don't even know the approach to take about it. But this is something that is very, very easy. And I don't see, if you are trading this alone, I don't see why you're not profitable in Forex. I don't see the reason why. Only if you are not obeying the rules. It's a rule-based strategy. Once you obey the rules, you wait for the setup. Look at this. These are good. Look at this. It broke out and it came to retest this. That I can just easily put my buy stop around here. Let me see how it goes. And my stop loss will be below here. Like this now, I will have been triggered in already. Long position, and my stop loss will be here. Let me just make this 40 pips. 120. Right, me 1 to 3. Please, once I'm done, I will be having room to ask questions. So for now, just hold on. This one came down, draw down, but it did not hit at stop loss yet, so we are still good to go. And eventually, it hit at take profit. So it's as direct and simple, very, very direct and simple. Look for your formation 4-hour time frame. Now, this does not apply on just currency pair alone. You can use it on commodity stock, you can use it on crypto, you can use it on volatility, synthetics. You can use it there. It's the same thing over and over. It's the same market. You can use it on any currency pair. There's no specific currency pair. Go to any currency pair, do the same thing, pick your trade, and you are good to go. So I think I've done I've done the speaking. So I want you guys to ask questions. So let me see how many of you have write something that you have question on the chat. If there is none, that means we are done for this session. Nobody writes anything on the chat, right? That means there's no question. Does that mean there's no question? Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, there's no question, right?
On my part, I think it's quite clear. I believe as we begin to put it to practice, we don't know. Questions may arise, so we don't know the chances of us reaching you again or something like that. Because
Okay,
you
any other
notice like
person?
this, questions only arise when you start practicing.
Sure.
But so far, it's very clear to me. Very clear to me.
Any other person with question? Okay, Crown is saying he's having a question. What is your question, Mr. Crown?
Uh, well done, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. My question is the stop entries.
The what?
Will it be our stop entries? You said we set a stop order. Our stop entries. Will it be
Yes,
on the candle wick or the candle body?
the candle wick.
Okay.
Candle wick, the low of that candle.
All right.
Mm. Any other person with
Thank
any
you.
other question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, who is that?
Gideon.
Okay, I ask you to write it on the chat that you have questions so that we'll know who is having question.
Yeah, I've sent my own
Okay, go ahead. Is it Gideon
message.
one also?
I said yes, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, from 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 the charts, I saw the charts which is going in a downward trend.
Which is
Are
what?
we together there? The chart I saw
Hello?
on the H4, hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I
Hello.
can hear now.
Okay, I said the charts I saw, the major trend, which is the USD card, the major trend I saw is downward, which is the downward trend.
Okay.
And I saw where you picked trade from a counter trend
See,
angle.
please have this in mind. I'm not teaching trend.
In terms of,
Did I mention anything like trend? All I'm just teaching is your formation. Once you see the formation, either a double bottom or a double top, go to lower time frame and anticipate a sell. I don't care about trend now. I'm not. Did I say anything about trend? Did I
okay,
ask you to consider trend? There's nothing
no,
like that.
I'm just saying I saw how you did a counter trend trade. Is
Okay.
it that we can go into counter trend trading without minding the major trend?
So I don't know what you are trading with, and I don't know your trading strategy. All I'm teaching here is look for your formation. Once you see formation, do you see me considering any trend? Do you see me considering anything? All I just need is find your formation, go to your lower time frame, look for your trend line and execute your trade. If all the rules are obeyed, take your trade and forget about it. I did not consider any trend line. I did not consider any trend now before I pick any trade. Did I? So just look for your formation. Your main priority on your chart, on your 4 hours chart, is your formation. Once you can pick your formation, once you know your formation is formed on your H4, go to your lower time frame, pick your trade, execute it, and forget about it.
Okay.
All right. So anybody with any other question? Anybody with any other question? Okay, at the absence or none, this will be the end of the class. So I've taught you my free strategy, which I want to teach. This is the second time I'm doing webinar like this. And I know people are always like that. Tomorrow now you see on the chat and someone will come and claim he knows what I'm trading with. I don't care. This is not even TTS. This is not a Leo Joe. This is none of my strategy at all. This is one of my worst strategy that I've traded with so far. So you can have it, you can share it. I'm going to make the video available too. So I'm going to tell you how you are going to get the video, and I'm going to make it known when it's available. Then I'm going to create a group for you guys. If you are interested, you can join that group where you guys, both all of you that you are here, you can easily discuss about this strategy. You can share your view with each other. I'm going to share the link with you. If you're interested, you can join it. On that group, I will be there too. You can ask yourself questions. You can talk to yourself about the strategy. Just for because a lot of people have been saying some nonsense, which is giving me a headache these days. But apart from that, I don't care actually. So I'm going to send a link to the chat now. You can copy it and save it somewhere, right? Let me see the chat. Okay, here's the link. can join it. Is a Telegram link actually, so you can join it and talk about it later. Then for those that are on this webinar, that you came for this webinar, for you guys, I am going to, for those that are interested in taking my TTS strategy. Now I'm talking about TTS alone. You are interested in joining my TTS strategy and you are on this webinar. I already have the screenshot of all of you. I know those that are on this webinar. So if you are interested in my TTS, for those that are on this webinar alone, I'm going to give you a discount of 50%. I've never done that before. A discount of 50% for just those that are on this webinar. That will be, instead of normal $1,000, it's going to be $500 for you that are on this webinar. And for my Iliojo, which is $500, it's going to be $250 for you guys. So all you need to do is message me and tell me you're on the webinar. All right. Tell me you're on the webinar and tell me this passcode. You are going to tell me this passcode, DAX, Dtfx 50%. Now let me type it for you, because I know some will. DAX Dtfx 50%. I'm going to ask you for a passcode and you're going to type this for me to be sure that you came for that. And I'm going to check your name on that stuff. So it's better you write the name you used to comment now so that we'll know that it is you. So it is DAX Dtfx 50%. So I'm going to, if you want to take my Leojo course, I'm going to give you 50% discount. That will be, it's now going to be $250. And for my TTS, which is normally $1,000, is now going to be $500. So I believe I've tried. I believe I've done what I can do. I don't have different people telling me stuff on that group and stuff that it's too expensive. We want them to stay. I just laugh at many of them. So that will be all for today. I believe I've given value to the community back, and I hope you appreciate it. You will not use it to castigate me later. So that will be all for now. So thanks and God bless.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I hope it's worth it.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the
Thank you
lesson.
for your time.
Yeah. So for those that have not joined my free Telegram group, I'm going to share to that group too. And if you have your friend, you can invite them too. I'm going to tell you how you are going to get this video. Once I compile it, I'm going to give you the step in which you are going to use to get this video, so that I can watch and back test and check what I thought. So that will be all for now. I wish you a successful Forex week coming ahead, and I wish you are very successful in your Forex story. So God bless you.
Amen.
Have a
Oh.
nice day, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.